So happy Saturday and welcome to Flip the Script with Anita Tequila. I am here with my guest speaker, Kelly Riley. Kelly is a married mother, and we're going to talk about Cardi B's song, If It's Up, Then It's Up. I want to make a quick disclaimer that we are in no way, shape, or form attacking the artist. We are simply going to talk about the lyrics to this song. And the reason I chose this song first is because I was watching a TikTok video one day and I saw a video where a mother was walking up to her daughter who had to be about 12, 11 years old. There were different scenes, but she kept walking up to her daughter and she kept singing a particular lyric to Cardi B's song. And that lyric goes, "Broke boys don't deserve no pussy." I found it very disturbing that she would walk up to her daughter and say that to her daughter as though she were encouraging her daughter to not date men unless they have money. Right now, I'm going to take a second to play a small portion of that song, and then we're going to get into the discussion. So without further ado, here we go. Take a listen to this and tell me what you think. Were you able to hear that lyric pretty clear, Kelly?
Yes.
Okay, so she says, "Broke boys don't deserve no pussy," and then she has the background singers going, "I know that's right." And on the video that I saw on TikTok, I went into the comment section, and sure enough, there were a lot of women pretty much going, "I know that's right." They were agreeing to this mother telling her young daughter, "Broke boys don't deserve no pussy." Kelly, I would like to know your thoughts on this.
Okay. How I know Cardi B is from Love and Hip Hop. I don't know if you have watched when she was I think it was her first season, she was only on there. At the reunion, she briefly discussed that when she was younger, she didn't have a good upbringing. So the way that she would get ahead and she would meet a guy and she would say, "Well, you want to mess with me? I want my bills to be paid." So her exchange was, "You can mess with me, but only if you pay my bills." I would never want to get ahead and say that. Yes, it's a popular song. It has a good beat, but I would never go up to my son or my daughter and say that. A lot of kids nowadays don't understand the terms. Just like when I was back in the day, I didn't understand the terms. I sang the song.
Right.
And then later on, I was like, "Oh shit, that's what that means." Mm-hmm. So you have young kids, especially girls, that are impersonating the song and want to be like this person because this is somebody they look up to, somebody they enjoy watching, they like the music or whatever. I don't think that you should get ahead and you should say that, because I think you should sit down and you should understand not every kid needs to hear that song because they don't know the meaning behind it. They see her, she's popular, she's cool, she got the money, she's got this, she's got that, but there's a meaning behind what she's saying. Just like she said in the live interview or the Love and Hip Hop thing, where she said, "I need 6 months of my bill paid." So that's the way she's looking at it. That is her lifestyle. Exactly. Whether she wanted to put a label on it, when she made that comment, I would have taken that as sexual favors. Like you almost kind of prostituting yourself, because in that reunion, that's what you said. The man wanted to get ahead and get with you. In order for him to get ahead and get with you, he had to pay 6 months of your bills. Right. So I'm going to use you like you use me. It's kind of what she did. But in the actual reality of it, you're making yourself sound really bad. But if that's the way that she grew up and that's the way that she figured she had to pay her bills, that's the lifestyle that she lives. These young kids can't just go ahead and take a song and the main clip from a song or the main hook from a song, start singing it. And a lot of kids do. I used to do it back in the day too. They don't know the meaning of it. Mm-hmm. They don't know the meaning of it. And that's what all these young girls are so hip to, wanting to get to know things and wanting to get to. I mean, you have to explain. If you're going up to your daughter and you're saying that, then you have the same mentality as she does.
Right.
I don't know if that woman had the actual, and she watched back the Love and Hip Hop season where she broke it down and she explained that. And she said, a lot of people hate her for that, but that's the way that she grew up. That's her lifestyle.
Right. And with this particular song and those particular lyrics, it's pretty much clear, and it's like there's no wondering what that means. You say broke boys don't deserve no pussy. That's straight out saying that's what it is. So I think that, and I think she made sure that her daughter knew what that was, and that's why she continued to repeat it to her daughter as many times as she did. And
now, when your daughter wakes up and a couple years down the road, if she's out doing that, you got to take accountability. That's what you sang to your daughter.
Yes, that's what you taught her.
That's what you taught her, and that's what you thought was okay.
Right.
So if your daughter turns up pregnant or turns up and starts doing stuff or wind up getting a reputation around the streets, that's what you sang to your daughter.
That's exactly.
You got to understand, you got to raise your daughter right. Just like, I forget the name, oh God, it was a real popular song. And it's an old song that me and talking about when your kid's laying on the floor and the only way to get with him, the only way to sleep with him is to get a little bit of money. You know that song? I can't remember the lyrics, but it was a very, very popular song, and it was about a young mother
all alone on the bedroom floor because he's home.
And the woman, yes,
a man for a little bit of
money, and his daddy's gone. Yeah. We ain't smoking rock now, in and out of lockdown. I ain't got a job now.
Yes.
Or this is you, but this is what I call life. That is what she had to go through, and that's what she did. Yeah. But that, if you put those lyrics together, that to me has a different meaning than what Cardi B was saying.
Right. Because she's talking about a struggle that, people have to sometimes make these decisions. They don't want to make the decision, but they're faced with a situation where they feel they have no other option. Versus Cardi B straight out coming out just saying, broke boys don't deserve none because, you have to have an amount of money. And what I would like to ask Cardi B is, okay, so exactly what do you consider broke? How much money does a man have to make for you to consider that for you to say that he's not broke? And how much does he?
And that's on her definition. That's on her definition. That is on her own definition of what she considers broke. I can't put that label on it. You can't put that label on it. That's why she made that song. So her definition of being broke, that is her amount of money on what she considers broke.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying I would like to ask her, like, you're putting this idea out here for people to grasp onto this concept, but you're not clarifying a lot of things. You're not clarifying. For instance, you're not saying what's considered broke. What do you consider broke? Because what you consider broke and what somebody else may consider broke is two different things. And then not only that, let's say he's not broke. Let's say he takes you out and he spends all this money. Let's say he's rich. How much does he have to spend on you to get the nookie? And like you said earlier, okay, now he spent the money, you gave him the nookie. My question now is, did you just prostitute yourself?
That's the way that she defined it and the way that she explained it when she did the Love and Hip Hop reunion. That's the way that I took it. And she was having an argument with another girl because at the time she was being managed by Self, which is a producer. So Self had a girlfriend and she felt some type of way, like, well, what are you doing? Why are you calling her? She felt some type of way. So that's where this whole argument got started. And that's where she kind of broke it down a little bit. And there were other people in the cast that were like, I kind of understand where she's coming from. Like, she's going to use him to get what she wants. So that was her process. But I mean, I would have took it the same way. Like, why are you coming at him like this? She may have not have had the money back then to get ahead and get studio time, to get this, to get that. So the way that she got her studio time was to pay it through sex. I would have took that as a prostitution. Right. But not everybody might have taken it that way. They might have taken it as she's doing what she's got to do to get her money and get what she needs to get done.
But that's what prostitutes do. They do what they have to do to get their money. I mean, either way you put it, however you slice it, it's an exchange of goods and services. Yeah. It is prostitution. And I feel that that's like this song is encouraging that in so many ways. If you say broke boys don't deserve no pussy, that's pretty much saying that if he's not broke, he can get some. And like I said, once that has taken place, now what have you effectively done? You have prostituted.
Right.
And I know many people will not agree with this. They're gonna say, well, that's not what it is, and that's how they were brought up. That men are supposed to take care of women, and women are supposed to be given a man and take care of his needs. So if we're going to continue to talk about this dynamic between men and women, where a man is supposed to be the one spending money and the woman is supposed to be the one putting out if he spends money, that's all we're doing is promoting prostitution.
Exchange of services, yeah. But like I said, everybody has their own definition. Everybody has their own opinion. Somebody's own beliefs and own opinion is not wrong. That's how they feel. That is their opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
What I feel, that's my opinion. What I feel is that's wrong. I definitely feel that you should be educating if you're going to have those type of lyrics or whatever the kids, and your kids start singing it, or you start singing it to your kids, you have to explain what that means. That shouldn't be brought around your kid.
Right.
Because if you can sing that song, then your daughter's going to wind up going to school and singing that song, and she's thinking it's okay, not knowing what the meaning is behind that song.
Yes. And they're gonna know once you say broke boys don't. That's pretty much self-explanatory. Broke boys don't deserve no pussy. But
not every kid is gonna understand that. They're just singing the lyrics because it's a cool song. They're not singing to lyrics to understand what the lyrics mean. I did that as a kid. You know how many times I sang a song and then many, many years later, I'm like, oh shit, that's what that means? Yeah. That's what that means?
This is a song here. I feel like, and I get what you're saying, but I feel this song here, that those lyrics are pretty straight forward and cut straight. Broke boys don't deserve no pussy. I feel like, I get what you're saying, but I also feel like they're going to take that, young girls are going to take that, and they're going to go ahead and feel that way. Like, you don't have money, I can't sleep with you. Now, if a man has money, she may not want to sleep with him necessarily, but the fact that he has money and he's not broke, and this is the idea that's been put into their head through these songs, she'll feel pressure to sleep with this man because he got money. She'll feel like the only way to be accepted by this man is to sleep with him, especially because he has money, he can pay for it, so why not? Everybody else is doing it, so why not?
But kids are depending upon the kids, they're very easily manipulative. And especially if it's somebody that's very popular, where you have Megan Thee Stallion, you got Cardi B, you got Nicki Minaj, you have people that are rappers, and they speak very vocal about certain things. These young girls and these young kids are like, oh my God, they're so cool, I love this song. And they're not paying attention to what they're saying because they want to be like them. They want to have all this money. They want to have all the guys drooling over them and this and that, not realizing what it means at the end.
Absolutely.
And that's what you have to do as a parent, to be like, no, you're not listening to that song. No.
Right. Yeah. You have to filter that stuff out, because then it comes, not only are the words, being normalized because they hear everybody saying it, and next thing you know, they're saying it, but they attach those lyrics in that song to a nice beat that you can dance to, and now they got them hooked. That's how they get them hooked right there. Mm-hmm. Lyrics to a nice beat, make a dance to it, and now we got them. Right. And then I would like to flip the script on that, just to think and for critical thinking purposes, and ask, how would these women feel if a man were to say a broke female don't deserve no wood? If a man flipped it on them and said that, would that be acceptable? I mean, it's not acceptable for either way.
I mean, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but there's been so many songs out there where guys have made things like that, not physically saying those words, but if you listen to the lyrics, you know what they mean.
Yeah, pretty much.
So many men have said that. Many rappers, many people have said that. It's, it's the crowd that you hang with and what you believe, and the parents have to go ahead and understand, like, it's not, your child doesn't need to be listening to that. I can't think of anything off the top of my head to where a certain song that a man made or a rapper made that it has those type of lyrics
But they're out there.
They're out there.
Definitely, most definitely. I'm sure I've
They're
heard
out there.
too. I also can't recall right now, but I'm sure I've heard some of those lyrics, and I hear guys saying it in conversation. So it's a thing. It is a thing, but the way society has it set up to where it's more acceptable for a woman to have that kind of thought, because a man is supposed to pay and a woman is supposed to put out. So it kind of perpetuates this power dynamic between men and women, where we're always the subordinate and we always have to do certain things to get what we want. We don't deserve it unless we're doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. So I feel like also it's a big reason why there's a lot of good men out here and they're being overlooked because they don't have enough money. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the money, but they have the hearts, they have the mind, they have the ambition, they have everything else you may be looking for in a man, but they may be broke. So you overlook this man because people are going to laugh at you. They're all going to laugh at you.
Right. Well, it's like I said, it depends. It really depends upon, there's more, in my eyes, there's more to having money. I think sometimes when you don't have the money, sometimes you'll go through your toughest times and you'll realize who loves you and who's going to be there. As, somebody who has money where they can just get up and bounce.
Right. So, yes. It's like keeping a person at your mercy almost.
So, that's kind of what a relationship, I guess is a relationship, a need or want.
Yeah.
If you have a strong, independent person that can take care of the bills, that can take care of this, and can take care of everything, the kids, the house, whatever, they can take care of that. In my eyes, the relationship is a want. It's not a need, because she takes everything that she has and she can handle it herself. A relationship is a want. She doesn't need a man because she can handle it herself.
Yes. And
a lot of people don't do that. They take that where it might be reversed. Well, okay, I don't have everything, so I need a man because I need a man that makes money.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the money, I don't have a roof, I don't have this, I can't take care of my kids. So then that's when the relationship becomes a need.
It becomes a need, and that's very unfortunate because that's actually the kind of mindset that's more prominent in society than I love her because she got her own. I've heard people say that independent women are a problem, or they're becoming a threat because it makes it seem as though you don't need a man. And the thing about it is, no, I don't need a man. I want one. Right. I don't want to need a man to take care of me, because I gotta be able to take care of myself. If that man ever walks out on me, then what?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yes, I think this song is kind of perpetuating these ideas and these stereotypes. That's why
a lot of times I think men have an issue when it comes to a strong, independent woman. Sometimes they can have I guess you would say, the trait as being a masculine woman because they're independent, they could take everything. And some men might find that as being intimidating, because a lot of people in my generation, they grew up where the man's supposed to take care of the house, the man's supposed to take care of the bills and provide and do everything, and the woman's supposed to either be the stay-at-home mom, take care of the kids and do all that. So when you have a woman that's able to do that, some men might find that intimidating and be like, I don't want her. Because she's not, I guess you would say, she's not the leader per se, because she's the leader in her own life. She makes her own decisions. So she plays the masculine trait. To her, a relationship is a want. And a lot of men seem to get very defensive when it comes to a very independent woman that can take care of everything. Well, I don't want you.
And that's because then I don't need, because like I said earlier, that means that he can hold her at his mercy. To move around and navigate the world without him. And unfortunately, it's a codependency thing. I need you to need me so that I can feel powerful. That's what it's about. And that's why I felt like it was important to talk about this topic, because songs like this continue to perpetuate these type of ideas, and I think it's very toxic.
It's very toxic, but you also got to understand, a lot of people that sing those songs, you got to understand their home life. Home life plays a major part in it, because a lot of people speak upon what they've gone through. And if you've gone through being in a single parent household, you're going to start having the mindset of certain things because that's their raised. Where if you go into a double person household where you were raised by both parents, you're going to have a different mindset. So it's all based upon the way that you were raised. And a lot of those key factors play a part in how you live your life as an adult.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that idea. For instance, I know that I'm raising kids who are going to go into the world. Naturally, they're going to be independent because they see their mom doing it all by herself. And they're going to have to do it with help or without help. They're going to have to pull it off. Versus, a lot of people who don't share my situation. Their kids might grow up feeling like I have to have a partner. Mm-hmm. So like you said earlier, it's about a need versus a want. It's cool to want a partner. It's cool to need a partner, but needing a partner and not being able to navigate the world without one, and being codependent on a partner is very detrimental to society.
Yeah, I mean, codependent, it depends upon how codependent you are. I have my husband. My husband does a lot of work. I can no longer work because of a disability. So there are things that I do around the house as a wife, as a mother, or whatever. He's the one who generally works. Yes, there are times where I've worked, we both worked, or whatever. But you get to a point where you finally go through struggles and hard times to find out where you can find your common ground and where you're not struggling. And then finances play a big part. Are we fighting because of money? We fighting because what are we doing? Even though it's a double person household, okay, well, we need this money to play this. So just because it's a double person household doesn't mean that people are struggling. People that live in double person households people can struggle too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, it's a lot. Like I said, it's a lot. I mean, there are things that I'm dependent upon my husband about because there are things that I can't do. Mm-hmm. I had this conversation with him, I think it was like a week or so ago. And he was just like, I know you're not going to be able to fix the car and do this and do that. He's like, that's not you. But he was just like, I know you're going to be the type of person where you're the mom. You'll do things around the house. You'll help with the kids and their homework and this and that and whatever. He's not one. He will help, and I will try to teach him how to do certain things because God forbid if one of us were to pass away, the other one has to step up and play that other role.
Absolutely. Yes.
So you don't know how dependent you are on a person until that person's not there.
Right. That is absolutely.
So just because you have a 2-person household, sometimes, what did they say? A married single man and a married single woman.
Mm-hmm.
You can be married, but you do everything. There's no 50-50. There's no. Oh, baby. Hold on 1 sec, Queen.
Okay. This conversation is very interesting, and I want to thank all my listeners who are tuning in, listening right now. If you're interested in voicing your opinion on the situation, you can click the link in my bio and leave your thoughts there under the comments section. I feel this is an important topic to have, and we need to unpack these things. Because song lyrics, they do shape society. And that's what Flip the Script is all about. Exposing these narratives, breaking them down, analyzing them, and flipping the script on them.
Hold on. Queen, I'm going to ask my daughter real quick. She's here.
Okay.
Layla, the song Cardi B, When You're Up and You're Up, and it's talking about a young boy, if you're broke, you don't get no nookie. Because I'm trying to, you're my daughter. I'm not going to say that word or whatever, but you know what I'm referring to. Have I ever said anything as far as those type of lyrics to any song that you do? Okay, do you listen to that type of music? Okay, so you've heard that song, correct? So what do you think that song means? No, I'm being serious because it's a podcast. It's Queen's podcast. So I want you, as a 14-year-old young lady, to she's cooking because she's.
Uh-huh.
Do you understand what those lyrics mean? Okay, never mind. I'm
Well,
trying
thank
to
you
see
for
to try to
trying.
get. She don't
Yeah,
want to talk about it because it's a sensitive subject to her,
it's a
so
very
she thinks it's
sensitive
funny.
subject. And thank you for trying to get her into, involved in it. But maybe she'll think about it later. She probably will go through it in her
She just
head
said she
later.
doesn't listen to that type of music.
Yeah, I don't let my kid listen to it either because it's very poisoning. That's just my opinion. And I just
I
think
agree.
it's very, especially to sing it to your young daughter. Like I would never walk up to my young daughter and sing that. And I was trying to find that TikTok video so that I can show you what I was talking about. And I was not able to locate that video, but we could still the lyrics itself. It says it all. It says it. So this is what I do.
Did you hear what she said? Let us say that again.
That's like, I mean, any song now is all inappropriate. Like Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B,
Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Everyone. Jason Derulo, how do you say his name? They're all like inappropriate. Like I listen to older songs, but they're not as bad. But like now, like you can't even listen to a song without it being like so inappropriate.
Right. Yeah. I totally
Now,
agree.
see, did I ever bring that type of song around you? And see, I listen to older songs, so she's not used to me. If I do listen to it, she's not used to me hearing that. So that's
Right.
why I also say it's the way that you were also brought up too.
Yeah.
So that's my daughter who's saying that, and she's 14.
Yeah, that's the biggest part of it. It's how you're brought up, what you're exposed to in your home. Of course, kids are gonna go outside into the real world, and they're gonna listen to it in passing, and at school, kids are gonna sing it. But
you have friends in school that sing it all the time. Now, what do you think when they sing it? Do you think it's funny? Do you think it's inappropriate when they sing those songs? You don't think it's inappropriate, but
No, I don't know anything. Like I don't think it's funny. Unless like I know a song and it's not that bad. Now like sing a couple of words, but if it's like they listen to like other songs, so I don't like most of the songs they sing I've never like heard. We don't have like the same like music.
They don't have the same music taste. That's understandable. Yeah. Yeah, so she sounds like she's very well grounded. That's good. Good job, Mom. You do her in line. I can tell. She's not into all that toxicity.
She's not.
That's a wonderful thing. That's awesome. I would like to know that more mothers are like me and are like you and are trying their best to keep their kids away from this type of stuff,
But you're not, because if you have the mother and the father or whatever listening to it, the kids are going to think it's okay.
They're going to think it's okay. Absolutely.
Now, see, this different. She just said her stepdad, now my husband, listens to that music.
But it's different. Like, he listens to, like, older, like, hip-hop songs and maybe, like, some newer hip-hop songs. So it's different. He doesn't listen to, like...
But if he knows the kids are in the room, he won't play it. He won't play it.
So it's different. But with other people, like, they'll have it blasting, like,
yeah. They want to share the tox. They want to be poisoned, and they want to share the poison with as many people possible. That's why they're blasting their music that way, because you can't just keep it to yourself. You can decide to listen to that stuff on your own terms or put your headphones on. But yes, this was a wonderful conversation, and I do appreciate it, Kels. I want to take this time to thank you for guest speaking on my podcast. Do you have any other thoughts on this topic or the lyrics that we talked about today?
No, no, not that I can think of. But if I'll be more than happy if you have another topic or another situation that you want to talk about at another time. Let me know. I'll be back on. If you have questions in regards to what a younger person thinks in regards to my daughter and what she thinks, let me know.
Almost definitely, because my kids are going to start a podcast and soon, and I want them to talk about certain things that they feel are important, and I'm working on that. So she can definitely, if she's interested and she wants to tap in, and you want to tap in, we can definitely do this again.
Okay.
I would love to, and I want to take this time to remind all of my listeners that today is the first day of the rest of your life. You can make it count. All you have to do is wake up, stand up, and move forward.
I love you, Queen.
Love you too. I'll see you later. Bye.
I'm not so good at this.